So, Peter Capaldi is leaving. He's giving up his tenure as a doctor and moving on. And I have to be honest, I don't really blame him. You look back over the other doctors and their seasons and their series, and they've had really standout episodes. And I don't think he's had one. I think he has had some of the worst seasons of Doctor Who we've had since it restarted. And it's a shame, because I think he was a guy that really, just like David Tennant, he was a fan. He was a fan that had a dream to be the Doctor, and he finally got there. And I hate to say it, Stephen Moffat, you dropped the ball. You had an actor, a really good actor, that could have played such a great Doctor and done something different with it. Since David Tennant, it seems like the Doctor's got to be a bit of a comedian. It worked for David Tennant because when he did his comedy bits, his humour then also played out when he did his I Am the Doctor, The Coming Storm, the more serious bits. It works. You've got to have the happy side to make the angry side work. And Peter Capaldi, I think he was trying to do something different. He was trying to be William Hartnell, or I think more John Pertwee sort of Doctor. Looking at the outfit they'd chosen. There's the other thing. He'd chosen this great outfit, I thought. The black jacket with the red lining. A look. David Tennant wore nearly the same outfit. Christopher Eccleston definitely wore the same outfit through the entire run of his. Matt Smith, he changed. But Matt Smith, I think that was part of his character growing. Peter Capaldi never got to do that. They put him in a hoodie. I mean, it just... The Doctor doesn't wear a hoodie. It just doesn't work. The leather jacket, Christopher Eccleston, worked because it was different. But a hoodie, no. And I wear hoodies all the time, but no. You think of like David Tennant's run and Matt Smith's run. They all had standout episodes. Like there'd be one episode a season that, they were all good seasons, they were all good stories. But there'd be one episode where you'd think, wow, that was brilliant. They've put a lot of effort into that. Russell T Davies, he was creating a mythology. He was creating this running, but not a heavy running plot. Some series these days, they throw it at you all the time. It's you've got to know what that means and what this means. And sometimes you just want to watch a show and enjoy it, and you could still do that. But for those of us that were fans, those of us that knew older history of the Doctor and where he came from, we could still enjoy it. We could still get something out of it. And there's friends and family that sat and watched it with us. They could also. These last two seasons, this is how bad it is, right? I buy or have bought every DVD, Blu-ray box set pretty much straight away as they come out. They used to put them out for Christmas, so I used to ask for them for Christmas. It was one thing I would get something decent. I realised today, because I went to read the back of the box to see what stories he'd done, and I haven't bought the last season. I don't even have it on my digibox under the TV, taped off the TV thing. I deleted them for space, and that's really sad, because I am a big Doctor Who fan. I have the t-shirt. I'm really hoping that the guy that's taking over in charge, the showrunner, sorry I've forgotten his name, I really hope he brings something new to the table. I really hope he brings Doctor Who, maybe not back to what it was, but I don't know, maybe stops trying so hard. I feel like now every episode has to be something clever. There has to be something, let's have fun with political correctness, or let's and they've done the same thing with Sherlock. I was a big fan of Sherlock, and you watch the first two seasons, very clever. I'm a big Sherlock Holmes fan, and they took the old stories, modernised them, and made them very watchable. And again, one of those clever things where those of us that know the old Sherlock Holmes stories could watch them and see the clever things that they changed to make them modernised, to make them 20th century and and current. I don't know. Stephen Moffat, you blew that one as well because you got too clever. Is Stephen Moffat the problem, that he tries to be too clever? He did 2 or 3 episodes, you know, like in the other seasons that were brilliant. I mean, you know, and then really dropped the ball with his own run on it. It's like he's a kid with too many toys to play with. He's just trying too hard, and just make good stories. Don't try and make every one of them clever. Oh, let's be clever, because it doesn't work. Yeah, let's just make a good story. Yeah, just make a good all-round story. I have to admit, I'm really disappointed in Doctor Who these days. It's on a dip. It really is on a low, and I know. Okay, my mum, bless her, she stopped watching it because she doesn't get it, because it's trying to be too clever and let's be funky and let's do this, make the Master a woman. I mean, they haven't made her a good why? Right? I find her sexist because they make her so girly, or their idea of girly. And I think that maybe is the problem. The writers don't know what women are like. They could make her so much stronger. Have her as a power-suited, and make that a part of the joke, that it's still a masculine master in a woman's body, if that makes sense. Make it so that she wears, you know, the Nero-collared suit and looks like the Master, but is a woman. Is it political correctness? They don't want to make a nasty woman because then men would be, you know, oh, women are nasty? I don't know. But I just don't think the writers have any idea what they're doing. They really, really don't. And it's a shame. Like I said earlier, I listened to the Doctor Who Big Finish audiobooks. They do some great stories. Get some of the people that are writing them to write yours. Yeah? Look at it that way, yeah? I think some people have swapped over other ways, but get some decent writers. Try not to be politically correct. Try not to do that. Just tell good stories. And the other problem is, of course, it's a kids show, or is it? It's. If you watch the videos on here, most of the people talking about it are adults, and it is a kids show. The original was a kids show. We've grown up with it. I was born the day they were filming the 10th anniversary episode, I think, with the 3 Doctors. I was born on one of the days we were filming it. So yeah, I've grown up with it. I've been there for the good and the bad. And I don't know, we just seem to be missing out. We just seem to be losing the plot, and just make it good again. Yeah, please. Come on, BBC. You ruined Top Gear. Let's have at least one show that I watch on the BBC that I can still watch. So, if you like my videos, please subscribe, make comments, say hi, like. Have a fantastic life, and I'll see you all soon.